What if the greatest spiritual secret in the Quran wasn't out there in the heavens, but buried deep within your own soul? What if Allah is closer to you than your own breath, and the answer to every question you've ever asked is already echoing inside your heart? Surah Qaf 50:16 is not just a verse, it's a portal, a key to unlocking the innermost truth of your existence. The verse states, "And we have already created man, and know what his soul whispers to him, and we are closer to him than his jugular vein." This isn't just a declaration, it's a mystical unveiling. Let's journey together beyond the surface and dive into the ocean of divine intimacy hidden within these words through the lens of the Sufi masters, the spiritual giants like Rumi, al-Ghazali, and Ibn Arabi. Let us unfold the secrets of proximity, selfhood, and the eternal witness who dwells within you. An anchor of intimacy. Surah Qaf 50:16 is among the most profound verses in the Quran, striking a balance between awe and affection, omniscience and intimacy. In traditional exegesis, Tafsir, the verse is seen as a reminder of Allah's complete knowledge of human nature. But within Sufi thought, this verse becomes something far deeper. It transforms into a door toward gnosis, marifa, unveiling the timeless dance between the divine and the human soul. For a Sufi, this verse is not merely about divine surveillance. It is about divine presence. The Sufis teach that God is not merely a creator outside of us, but the very essence that gives meaning to our inner lives. The jugular vein, al-Wujud, in Arabic, symbolizes the channel of life, the closest internal point. By asserting that he is closer than that, Allah declares that he is nearer to us than life itself, not metaphorically, but existentially. Theological framework versus mystical reality. In classical theology, Aqidah, Allah's closeness, qurb, is interpreted as his knowledge encompassing all things. Yet Sufi metaphysics expands this further. They don't deny the rational interpretation, but rather illuminate its deeper existential implications. Ibn Arabi, the great mystic, writes that Allah's nearness is not a matter of space or distance, but of ontological presence. Since nothing exists but through Allah, he is the very ground of our being. There is no separation to bridge, only the illusion of separation to transcend. Al-Ghazali echoes this by stating that, when the soul purifies itself, the veil of ego, nafs, is lifted, and one begins to witness this divine closeness firsthand, not through intellect but through spiritual unveiling. Kashf. The whispering soul. Inner psychology and Islamic mysticism, the phrase "know what his soul whispers to him" alludes to a subtle, continuous dialogue taking place within each of us. Modern psychology calls this the inner monologue. But in Tasawwuf, Sufism, this is seen as the interplay between nafs, ego, qalb, heart, and ruh, spirit. The nafs whispers desires. The qalb fluctuates between remembrance and forgetfulness, and the ruh seeks union with the divine. Allah declares that he is aware of all these inner stirrings, so even when you are unaware of your own motives, he is not. Rumi captures this beautifully. You try to run away from your inner whisper, but he listens to even what you deny within. This divine awareness is not punitive, it is therapeutic. It is the gaze that sees you in totality and still surrounds you with compassion. Closer than the jugular vein. Symbolism of proximity. Why the jugular vein? In Islamic cosmology, symbolic language carries immense weight. The jugular vein is the source of lifeblood, the very channel sustaining your physical being. To be closer than that is to be the essence rather than the source. In Sufi thought, this verse points to the indwelling presence of the divine. Not pantheism, but panentheism. God is not the world, but the world is not apart from God. This verse invites annihilation of the ego, fana, and subsistence through God, baka. It is an invitation to drop the illusion of separation and step into the light of union. Watchfulness without distance, the ever-present witness. This closeness implies a continuous witnessing. The divine is not a distant observer. He is the internal witness, shahid, who knows us better than we know ourselves. This idea is echoed in Sufi meditative practices like muraqabah, watchfulness, where the seeker contemplates the divine watching them from within. This awareness gradually awakens a state of ihsan, that is, to worship Allah as though you see Him, and if you cannot see Him, know that He sees you. In this state, spiritual perception is sharpened, and the heart begins to feel the divine pulse in everyday life. The Rumi and the Whisper of Union. Rumi, the poet of love and longing, frequently alludes to this verse in his writings. For Rumi, divine closeness is not a concept. It is a fragrance, a presence, an intoxication. He writes, "You wander from room to room, hunting for the diamond necklace that is already around your neck." This nearness, Rumi insists, is the answer to every yearning. The lover need not travel to find the beloved. The journey is inward, and the distance is an illusion of forgetfulness. Divine self-disclosure, Tajalli. Ibn Arabi describes human existence as the mirror in which Allah sees Himself. Through the verse in Surah Qaf, he explains that Allah's closeness is the result of divine self-disclosure. We exist so that God may be known. Our inner whispers are not private. They are part of the cosmic self-recognition of the divine. Allah listens not as an outsider, but as the one speaking through the echo of our hearts. This transforms spiritual practice from obligation to celebration. Every breath, every thought becomes sacred. Practical dimensions of divine closeness. This verse isn't merely for reflection. It's a call to transformation. If He is closer than our jugular vein, then you are never alone. You are fully known. You are fully loved. In times of sorrow, He is the silent comfort. In times of joy, He is the unseen smile. In moments of confusion, He is the quiet guide. The practical outcome of internalizing this verse is the awakening of yaqeen, certainty, tawakkul, trust, and mahabba, divine love, mystical exegesis. Beyond words, Sufis remind us that the Quran is not just to be read, but to be unveiled. Each verse is a gate, and Surah Qaf 50:16 is the gate to divine presence. Through silence, zikr, contemplation, and service, this verse becomes lived reality. A Sufi dervish once said, "I searched for Him on the mountaintop. I searched in the sacred books. Then I closed my eyes, and there He was, closer than my breath, deeper than my soul." Conclusion. The veil is thin. The verse is not a metaphor, it is a map. It maps the truth that while you wander seeking meaning, the divine is already pulsing within you. Every heartbeat is a whisper of the beloved. Every inner conflict is a call toward wholeness. This is not religion as ritual, but as realization. To know that God is closer than your jugular vein is to live from a place of inner sanctity. To walk the earth as one who carries the secret of divine presence within. If this message has stirred something within you, don't let it fade. Reflect on this verse daily. Write it, recite it, live it. Ask yourself in moments of doubt, confusion, or joy, who is closer to me right now than even I am to myself? And if you're on a journey to dive deeper into such mystical interpretations of the Quran, subscribe and share this message with others who seek the hidden pearls within divine words. Your soul already knows. Let your mind catch up. Let's walk this path together toward the one who was never far.